All right, everybody, welcome back for some legacy action here. We're not playing Doomsday again. We're playing a deck that I've been playing a couple weeks at in paper at my weekly legacy tournaments. Is it Cutter? As much as I love blue black and as much as I love Sultai, those are my favorite colors in the game of Magic the Gathering. I also have a soft spot for blue red. I enjoy blue red a lot. I really like playing Delver style decks, and this new Is It Cutter deck that Sylvia won a challenge with a couple weeks ago has been a lot of fun to play, in my opinion. And so I did some house cleaning on Magic Online, got rid of a bunch of stuff that I don't use anymore, and we got some cutters. And we are going to cut today. So the list is pretty much the same as the one that Sylvia ran. I'm on one more Tameo and one less preordain than they were. And I think the sideboard is the same as far as I can remember. I like Submerge. It's been really nice against Sultai Beans at my weeklies. It's been good against Nadu at my weeklies. Deck seems pretty sweet. The card that I'm like most worried about, and I've managed to dodge thus far in my experience playing it in paper, is Barrogoyf. But yeah, I've really been enjoying this list. The last 2 weeks that I took it up. So let's see what we can do here with that. It's been a hot minute since I played Tempo on Magic Online. Been doing a lot of screen staring today. Haven't really had time to play Magic Online much at all. I literally haven't played Magic Online since I recorded that janky Grixis mid-range league. I've just kind of been enjoying not playing Doomsday recently for some reason. It's just been really nice to play Magic in a different way. And so I've been enjoying playing Magic. I love playing Magic. I want to keep playing Magic. But I currently am just having more fun doing attack and whatnot than I am making 5-card piles. But don't worry, I totally abandon Doomsday. I just think it's healthy to take a break every now and again. So we're on the draw here. We've got a Dragon's Rage Channeler. We've got a Tameo. We've got a Force of Will, a Ponder, a Volcanic Island, and a Wasteland. This is exactly where I want to be, right? We'll decide whether we want to lead on Tameo or the Channeler, depending on what our opponent's up to. This hand would be excellent on the draw, but we at least have a Force of Will. We don't mull these, and let's see what happens here. They're on a mull to 5, so we could be against Oops here. Mull to 4. Ideally, with the mull to 4, it makes it a lot better for us with respect to this Force of Will being good. They're less likely to have like a turn 1 kill here. Wow, mull to 4, lead on Hedge Maze. I have no idea what this means. Just they were very unlucky, or it's not Oops. But that is some unlucky mulliganing right there. I think I want to lead on the Channeler and just start getting like trying to be a little aggressive. Actually, no. We're just gonna wasteland our opponent. They're on a mull to 4. Let's hit them with a wasteland, and then next turn we can deploy the Channeler. Nomad Zencore. So they're doing this. Am I supposed to force the Nomads? I don't think so. We'll let them have it. We'll fight over the next thing when the next thing comes. I want to start getting aggressive here, so we're going to jam this Channeler. We're going to hope that the Force holds. And then, yeah, we'll see what's up after that. But we'll probably jam a Tameo, and maybe we'll just pass. Maybe we'll ponder trying to find a Lightning Bolt or an Unholy Heat. Do I just trade off here? I don't think so. Our Channeler's too valuable. Go to our turn. They did not have another land, which is good for us. Let's lead on a Ponder here. We can bin an instant. That'd be sick. An artifact. Yeah, let's just bin it. I'm here to bin it. Murktide, Regent, Ponder, Mishra's Bauble. I mean, Murktide does win the game pretty quickly. I want to deploy this Tameo. We're not getting Delirious here. Oh, actually, we could get Delirious here by binning the Murktide. So we're actually going to go like this. We're going to play the Bauble. Oh, this is so sick, right? We play Bauble, bin Murktide. So now we're Delirious. And then we're going to attack. Attack for 3. Sorry, it takes a bit to set up. Get back into the cantripping mode here. And then I'm going to jam this Tameo, I think. I maybe wasn't even supposed to. There we go. Swords to Plowshares on top of their deck. That's unfortunate, to be honest. Because they're going to plow the DRC probably. I can't afford to force that, I don't think. As much as I would like to. I mean, it's certainly tempo to force it. But yeah, I mean, we got lots of threats, right? Let's go for a Corey Steel Cutter here. They're going to force the Cutter. You know what? I'm here to tango. Let's go. I'll force back. They're going to scoop. Okay. Yeah, that was nice. That was nice. The Cutter got in. Cutter's a good card. Cutter into Ponder. I love Cutter. So Sylvia posted this write-up, which Google translated in a manner that wasn't that good. But there is a sideboard guide here, so let's see if they say anything about cephalid breakfast. So we want to cut Murktides. We want to cut Brazen Borrower, Corey Steel Cutter, and 2 Force of Wills. And we want Submerge, 1, 2, 3 copies of Pyroblast, 1 copy of Abrade, and 2 copies of Grafdigger's Cage. This is what Sylvia says, and so I think I'm just gonna trust them on this front. Well, maybe we should think about it ourselves a little bit. Does this make sense? I can see the Brazen Borrower being a little slow. I can see the Murktide Regents being a little slow as well. I can see wanting all of these. Does this put us dead to constructs? Their constructs aren't that good. So yeah, I think this is what we're going to play. This is how we're going to play it. We'll see how it goes. Currently still feeling like this deck is sweet. Here we've got a Daze, a Ponder, a Tameo, a Wasteland. I think I'm going to keep this hand. Opponent's on a mull to 6 here. We've got a Bauble, we've got a Tameo, we've got a Ponder and a Daze, as well as this Wasteland, which is really nice. We might hold this Bauble in case we draw a Cutter, but we are only on 3 Cutters. Turn 1 Ponder, you kind of don't mind seeing. I think I'm just going to hit him with a Wasteland here. So on another mulligan. Another mulligan. They shuffled their library too. Yeah, that's a great draw. I'm just going to hit them with this Wasteland. Pass the turn. And then we're going to play a Tameo. I'm still going to hold this Bauble. Now having Daze after Wastelanding is so sweet. Pyroblast. I'm still going to get my Tameo online here. I think that they force, or plow this. I'm just going to let it happen. Maybe not. It's the plow. We can't do anything about that, so. Yep. It's down. Draw another one of those. I guess I'm going to cast the Ponder here. There's a Channeler. There's an Abrade. And a Wasteland. Ponder's ability, no. I'm just going to pass. I actually want to hold Pyroblast, Unholy Heat, Daze up here. They're going for basics. Nice basic choice. They look very good together. But yeah, I think tapping out a Pyroblast there is not the best idea. There's a Voice of Victory. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that card's good, isn't it? Yeah, it's just in. We draw for turn. We want this Wasteland, I think. Let's pop one of these. Let's drop a Dragon's Rage Channeler. Play out a Misty. Unholy Heat, the Voice of Victory. Put a Surveil trigger onto the stack. Bin Bauble. This will make the Channeler delirious, which is so sweet. This Daze is getting outclassed rather quickly here. Oh. It is a 1-3. I thought it was a 2-2. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, my bad. I literally thought this card was a 2-2, but I'm just fucking stupid. So yeah. We will probably lose this game as a result of that. But yeah. Okay. Now I wish I had played the Wasteland too to let them not do exactly this, but yeah, we're shit out of luck here. This is embarrassing. Everything was going so well up until that point. Everything was going so well up until that point. Those get sacked at the end of turn, thankfully. Draw for turn. Guess we're going to cast a Ponder. Now do I have Delirium? Land, sorcery, artifact, instant creature. We do have Delirium. So we're going to go Daze on the bottom, followed by Force of Will, Unholy Heat on top. Use Ponder's ability. No. We're going to draw the Heat. We're going to hit the Voice of Victory with the Unholy Heat. They're going to Force of Will, pitch Force of Will. I guess we're getting rid of we're shuffling counter target spell if it's blue. We are shuffling the Force of Will, which I wanted to draw here, which is unfortunate. So now I think we have to play the Bauble. We'll wait till their draw step. Is that insane? And I should have wastelanded the green source. That was so bad too. Oh man. That was so bad. They drew a Brainstorm. Jeepers. Well, let's hope they Brainstorm into Nadu and then we Daze it. But that was not wasting the Hedge Maze there. I was thinking, so like my thought process was that I'm holding it for Urza's Saga. But I think in that spot, we really want to, like, you know, keep them off Nadu. There's a Pyroblast. So now we don't care as much about Nadu anymore. So now I think we continue holding the Wasteland. This Wasteland beats Urza's Saga. Pyroblast beats Nadu on the stack. I like that. And now we're going to get our clue train going, hopefully. Another Brainstorm. Do I blast it? I think we just hit him with it. Okay. No selection for you, opponent. They've got Plow here. Sure. Yup. Passing the turn. We draw Grafdigger's Cage. I guess we'll deploy that. And now I'm a little bit worried about the Nadu coming down, so I think I am going to hit this green source finally. Especially because now the cage is keeping the other cards in check. Wow, imagine how different this would have gone if that Unholy Heat didn't happen. Is this the bird with the word? Draw for turn. Pyroblast. Not a bad draw. Third blast. We just need a threat. But we've cut so many threats from our deck, like we don't even have Murktide Regent left, which I actually am not really necessarily a fan of. Brainstorm, not bad. I'm going to fire it. This Daze is not the best. Well, let's put those back. Let's grab a Steam Vents. Let's hit a Ponder. There's the Corey Steel Cutter. But we don't want to play that just yet. So let's keep the Cutter on top. I think I want to play this this Tamiyo out, though. Even though, like, next turn we could go Cutter plus Tamiyo. I think I value just starting to draw some cards, and we'll get the Cutter down eventually. But we're grinding here. Hopefully, like, I don't know, they don't play Green Sun Zenith because they're on the actual breakfast package here. So I could play the Cutter. I might as well play it pre-combat. Hydro Blast. Let's hit him with another. Do they have double Hydro? Looks like they might have double Hydro here. Nope. Cutter's in. We'll attack with Tamiyo. We're like pretty far from even using this Cutter. but yeah, you never know. Maybe we can get some monks down. Kind of wish this was just a Murktide, though, to be honest. The funny thing is, like, Nadu can just kill us at any time, and all of our blasts are gone. All of our blasts are gone, which means that that Nadu can just kill us at literally any time. They still have something. We knew that that was there. Okay, let's send with Tamiyo. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I'm supposed to do this all pre-combat because of Cutter. Let's crack one of these. It's another Cutter. I think we want to play that Cutter next turn, right? So let's crack another one. And we'll flip this Tamiyo, which we can then use to plus. Then I think I'll deploy the Misty. Pass the turn. Now we have a Tamiyo. Next turn, hopefully we draw a spell and we can go Cutter into spell. But we'll see. We can at least... They're just going to go Nomad's Nadu. Nomad's Narcomoeba. Sure. Illusionist as the last card. Yeah, let's Daze the Illusionist. GG's. All right. Yeah, they were like, that will be that. They were going to mill their entire deck. And then they were going to put a Memory's Journey on the stack to shuffle their dude back. The Athos's Oracle back into their deck. And then I guess we have to like return a Pyroblast to our hand or something. In any case, we are up a game here with Is It Cutter. This hand seems like a trap, doesn't it? I mean, it's very good if our opponent's playing a creature deck that's not a Wasteland deck too. But this is a little bit clunky. I think I'm going to mull this hand. This looks a bit better. We still have that Bolt. But now we've got some cantrips. We obviously don't have the threat that we were like hoping to have. But I'm just going to keep this one. And I might even just put the Brainstorm on the bottom. I kind of think that we would like to Brainstorm later on. And now the question is, like, I think I'm just going to go for the Volcanic Island into Ponder here. And if they want to hit me with a Wasteland, like hopefully we find another land here. We don't, and I actually have to any order shuff this. And now they're going to Wasteland us because we shuffled, and we're going to lose. This happened to me last night in one of my games. Thank goodness. No Wasteland. Okay. Flying Tempest. Do I Daze this? I don't think so. I think we bolt it and then Daze the next thing they play. Land. That was very nice. That was like just what we needed, right? That one right there was just what we needed. Bing, bang, boom. Bolt the bird. Bolt the bird, Daze the next play. and then Daze the play after that. Tameo on top. Honestly, let's get Delirious. I'm going to put Tameo to the bin, and we're just going to get Delirious with this Channeler right off the bat. Maybe that's aggressive, but I find that with this deck, in my experiences, it's kind of hard to get this thing Delirious, because when you've added the cutters and some of the baubles, you actually have like more, like a greater density of artifacts, and then you only play like 5 sorceries and a handful of creatures, because a bunch of your creatures are just artifacts, right? This is a clever play, right? They're probably sensing the Daze here. They're going for the Allosaurus Shepherd, and now we're punished for bolting. Now we're punished for bolting the Noble Hierarch. Yeah. Yeah, this is not good. This is really not good. We need another bolt like pronto here. Otherwise, we're just going to get natural ordered or something out of this game. All right, Surveil Trigger on the stack. I think we can go bin with that. Jesus. That's certainly an any order shuffle. Any order shuffle. I mean, the Dazes just do nothing. Let's just jam this Quarry Steel Cutter. Brazen Borrower. That's not bad. Could be a mistake to keep it, but we'll see. Really sucks that these Dazes are dead to that Shepherd. That Shepherd was like lined up so nicely against what we had here. Here's a Ranger. Oh, Elves is stressful. I don't often get the chance to play against Elves, and so I usually just let them take a bunch of game actions. We don't have our Pyroclasms or anything like that, which is what I used to play in these sorts of decks previously, or like some kind of board wipe and the festivities. But here we do not have those cards, and so we've got to try to race our opponent, but we can't counter anything that they have. And so what began as like a potentially very powerful like opening just is getting punished here. And if are they going for the natural order? Oh, cording into a Nadu Winged Wisdom. God, that would have been so good to counter, but yeah, now we just have a Brazen Borrower on top of our deck, and we're kind of pretty dead. I don't think I can bounce this Nadu, can I? I could equip the Cutter and just attack for 4. How crazy is it to just equip the Cutter and attack for 4? I'm going to do it. Can't block with Nadu this way. And then maybe next turn we can like draw another spell to pair with this Borrower and get the Cutter moving. If they have Nomads, like, sure. Not the Cradle. Oh wow, we're actually gonna get hoofed. Is it just the natural hoof? I mean, yeah. Guess I could have bounced the Allosaurus Shepherd in response to that, but yeah, we just got absolutely destroyed there. Okay. We want Submerge. I think we want Grafdigger's Cage. We might want Price of Progress to punish like something going super far, and I might just take this this Abrade here. I could take Consign for the Crater Hoof trigger, but maybe that's playing too narrow. And that's actually not really what we want to be doing. Can cut Dazes because they're pretty. I mean, once the Allosaurus Shepherd comes down, we lost that game with just a bunch of Dazes in our hand, right? And then we're also bringing in this Abrade, so we could cut. Like Tameo doesn't strike me as that amazing in this matchup. Now, I don't honestly know if Consign, because I haven't played with much Consign because I'm a filthy Doomsday player. I don't know if Consign is actually worth bringing in, or it's just like way too situational and you'd rather have cards that do things in your hand. I'm leaning to the latter of those two tendencies, and so I think we're just going to go like this. We'll see what happens. Does this hand just get run over? Is this hand a trap? This hand might be a trap. It certainly plays Magic. I might keep this. we have a really quick flipped Tameo, which can provide some card advantage and a clock. So we're going to lead on Tameo here. We're going to get our Tameo swing in, and then next turn we're going to go for like maybe a brainstorm plus shuffle, flip the Tameo after making a clue. Noble Hierarch. Yeah, that one's a skipper. So the Wasteland is out of the picture here. So we are going to begin with an attack. We're going to go get our clue token. Then we're going to cast this Brainstorm into the Lightning Bolt. I don't think we want two of those. That's probably fine to go like this. Tameo's going to flip. This will let us get our bolt back next turn, which is like pretty awesome, right? We bolt their dude again. Just keep their board clean. And then we get to return bolt with the Tameo next turn. There's the Shepherd, just like before. Shepherd into birds. We've been here before. So now I'm in the business of brainstorming. Kind of not a big fan here of what we're hitting. I need to bolt the Shepherd, I think, but I also just don't have a counter spell. I think I bolt the Shepherd, waste the Trop, go like this, return, lightning bolt, bolt, Allosaurus Shepherd, play Wasteland, hit the Trop. Maybe we hold the bauble. We've got another bauble coming, so let's take a look at what they're going to draw. It's a Savannah. And we'll pass here. Slowly grinding some value. There's our other brainstorm. Another one of those. And now this can attack to kill the Tameo. That's so unfortunate. Maybe I'm just supposed to tick up with Tameo, because now we've like lost it and they still have, like, we have no means of interacting. And I also probably should have brought in some number of Pyroblasts. I'm potentially playing this game like a bit of a fool. Oh, interesting. Is it extraordinarily greedy to jam a Murktide Regent here? I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. Let's just play a 7/7. And then next turn I can Cutter Bolt, which might be good. They could, of course, just flip like the whole Nadu thing. But they can Nadu for a while, then they are going to have to beat this Murktide. Sylvan Safekeeper is an annoying one. Sylvan Safekeeper is indeed an annoying one. We draw Force of Will. That's not too shabby. Let's play out Corey Steel Cutter. They're hydroblasting this. They have the hydroblast for the Cutter. Sure, yeah. Madness. Let's attack with Murktide Regent. Pass the turn. Here comes the Green Sun Zenith, to which we will say Force of Will. Yeah, they were trying to bait us on the defense on the Cutter there. Here's an attack for 2. Yeah, we'll draw for turn. Submerge. Submerge is interesting. Yeah. Let's pass. So they've got a chump block on the birds now. Bolt can go face. Submerge is very good. They're tapping out of the birds. So they've got access to another Nadu. Do I bolt now or go for a... I'm going to go Submerge on Sylvan Safekeeper in response. This will like limit the number of Nadu triggers that they can get. Sack to give it Shroud. And then I think I go for a bolt over top. And this will mean that they only get one Nadu trigger. Unless I'm crazy and there's something else they can get, like a grist. Do they just play grist? Nope, it is indeed a bird. And they're going in. It's a Spring Heart Nantuko. They're going to have to pass the turn. Gonna draw for turn. It's only a Misty Rainforest. I am going to draw off this clue token. It's another Murktide. I mean, we might as well pump the boy we've got, right? Let's play another Murktide. Pump our Murktide. We're going for the uber forced chump block here, and then we're going to have two big boys sitting on lethal coming at them the following turn. I don't see how they get themselves back out of this old chestnut, but I guess we're going to find out together. Man, I guess we have to bring in some Pyroblasts. It kind of feels bad. They kind of rarely cast the Nadu, right? But maybe it makes sense to have a Pyroblast in your deck. They had so many basics too, but they also didn't. What's this guy talking about? Can I just cut Steam Fence, or is that like really greedy? Do they play Choke? Yikes. Like, what can I do here if I want a Pyroblast? The Tameo? Maybe I just cut a Preordain. Is that insane? It's probably insane. Brazen Borrower is not that good either. Yeah, we're going to run it like this. We got to hope to draw a very good hand. We're on the draw here, so that's not as desirable. But Grafdigger's Cage is a powerful card. We also have a Force of Will. Allosaurus Shepherd is single-handedly the card that we don't want to see here. But Grafdigger's Cage is pretty good against them. I'm going to keep this hand. They're on a Multi 6 too. We really just got to hope they don't lead on that on the Shepherd. It's a Hierarch. I don't think I want to force the Hierarch. Well, let's see if they curve into Shepherd like every other game. I guess I'll just play the Islands. And I kind of want to get deep with the bauble here. I recognize that if we draw a Cory Steelcutter, it's like quite bad for us. They have a Nadu Winged Wisdom in hand. Yeah, that's a chestnut that we're hopefully going to have to force. But yeah, I kind of like picking up an Abrade here just as a way to answer a problematic creature. They've got Spring Heart and Nantuko. Before land drop, they're going to make some insects. Sure, they can have a Nantuko. Cory Steelcutter, that's the awkward draw, right? That I was talking about. But now we have to hold the cutter. We've got a force for the Nadu. I kind of think I just want to abrade the Nantuko right here, right now. Destroy, deals 3 damage to target creature. They're pretty far ahead. I want to force a Nadu here so hard. And I think I force Pitch Force. Keep that Nadu down. They're going to attack us for 2. Would love to draw a Lightning Bolt right here. Ponder. Yeah, let's shock that in. Let's play that. Let's play Ponder. Let's make a dude. Those are good Magic cards if we can fade one more turn. If we can last one more turn, those are excellent Magic cards. That might be a big if. Once upon a time, that might be just the sort of skipper we were hoping to see, because it means that we're not, in all likelihood, getting Nadu'd right now. And we're like 1 mana away from the Murktide equipped Cory Steelcutter line and just smash for like 9. Which is pretty cool too. But I'm imagining that next turn, we're going to have to do some bolting. depending on what they put into their hand here. Like, I really quite enjoy the idea of a Bolt Hierarch, Bolt Dryad Arbor. Hopefully, if they don't play a land, and we can double Bolt, make another dude. Okay, there's a Nomads. There's a Gaia's Cradle. There's a Birds of Paradise. Suddenly, there's a lot going on again, isn't there? Heebie-jeebas. We're at 12. We're going to draw another Bolt. We could put them to 12 with the bolts. All of their sources are... They've got 2 cards in hand. What if I take out Noble Hierarch and Birds of Paradise here? I kind of don't mind that. Let's Bolt Bird. Prowess trigger. Let's Bolt Hierarch. Make another dude. Move the dude over. Attack for 5. Pass. Is there like a brainstorm on top? This is good if they just can't cast shit now because we took both of their mana dorks. I like it. There's a brainstorm. Let's fire it off because we're here for Prowess Town, right? There's a Grafdigger's Cage and a Wasteland. So we'll put back Murktide Regent and Ponder. And then we're going to play Wasteland. I think we Wasteland the Dryad Arbor. Jam Grafdigger's Cage. And now we're just cooking in it, right? Let's go yes here. Cage can come in. We've got a whole army of dudes. We'll attack them for a whole bunch. And then next turn we just ponder into Murktide Regent, make another monk. Yeah, look at this. Wow. I mean, that was sick. Corey Seal Cutter's a messed up Magic card, folks. This hand is not really that cool. We're on the play, right? Let's just mull this. Oh, this hand's worse. Am I supposed to go to 5? I might go to 5. This is where things fall apart. But I really wanted a hand like this, right? With the Dragon's Rage Channeler. Those other 2 hands just didn't present the juice, you know? And now we have to ask ourselves, right? We want to go turn 1. Am I just supposed to put... How crazy is it to put Ponder Bolt? How crazy is it to put Ponder Bolt on the bottom? God, this would be such a 6-7. How crazy is it to put Ponder Bolt on the bottom? It seems kind of crazy, but I think I'm going to do it. Call me fucking crazy. Ponder Bolt. I mean, sure. Yeah, call me crazy. This is like super aggro. We're just saying like, this is going to be fine. But the bauble draws us another card, right? It's going to replace itself and make a monk. And we didn't get oopsed. Esper Sentinel. Yikes. Esper Sentinel's very good against our deck. I think I'm going to let them have a card here as much as I hate to say it. I'm going to let them have a card here. Wasteland. I think that one can just go straight to the bin. I'm not really looking for that at this juncture. I want more like velocity. That's the kind of skipper we're looking for in some world. Although, yeah, because we can... Let's see, they're drawing a Sunbaked Canyon. Oh, this is the Ocelot Pride energy deck, isn't it? See if they want to trade the Sentinel for the Channeler. They do. Maybe that was stupid. I probably shouldn't have offered that trade. But now I get to bolt, like, something else. This is a Voice of Victory, an Amped Raptor. It's a first striker. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there's the voice. This deck seems cool. I've honestly never played against this deck as a creature player. Let's not make the same mistake we did last time. So let's go Lightning Bolt, Voice of Victory, Prowess our dude, instant creature, artifact land. Am I just supposed to kill the raptor, or is that like so aggressive just to make another monk? That seems pretty aggressive, I think. I'm just going to take my attack for 3 here and pass with the Unholy Heat. I think they're going to present like more creatures that should be answered, right? Another Amped Raptor. Static Prison. Is that going to kill our Quarry Steel Cutter? Oh no. I don't like that. Yeah, this doesn't feel good. I think I'm not feeling this. There's an Ocelot Pride. That one, I think we kill. Maybe I was supposed to kill it on my turn, but I also kind of just want a Murktide here. A Scalding Tarn. Yeah, we'll play a Murktide and pass. Tissay 5/5. Hopefully they don't have a plow. That is a plow. And yeah, we're just going to die to these 2/1 first strikers. I was talking about maybe experimenting with this card and Quarry Steel Cutter because each seems to fuel the other. But yeah, we're so dead here. We just got Boros aggroed. Amped Raptor, messed up magic card. Another Regent is not going to help in the cause. I doubt they'll throw the Spirit, so I'll put them to the test here. We're going to get in for a damage while the damaging is good. This is where I would love to have a Thundering Falls in the deck, but I also kind of understand why the Thundering Falls isn't in the deck. I'm actually going to play out the Tarn here, I think. And we'll pass. The reason is that I can foresee, like, maybe, or do they just get, maybe there's a world where they run out of energy. We get our Cutter back, and then we can Murktide the Cutter off 4 mana. That's never going to happen anymore. There's an Ajani too. Now, this deck is really cool. I've honestly, like, I've only ever played Doomsday against this deck. And so I've never really got to, like, see it from this side of things, but it seems pretty bloody powerful. Like, how in the world are we ever supposed to beat all these creatures? How in the world are we ever supposed to beat all of these creatures? I'm just going to ship it on to the next one. This one feels like it's gotten away from us. I don't think we're really grinding ourselves out of that spot. I assume a Braid isn't a bad idea. Creature cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Grafdigger's Cage doesn't seem that bad against them either, does it? This isn't a Submerger. I don't know about Force Negation, Surgical Extraction. We're on the play. I kind of feel like Tamiyo's not the brightest bulb in the box here, but maybe like having one Tamiyo's fine. Oh, Hydroblast is probably a magic card, right? They are playing red-white. They presumably have more red cards. I don't know if this is a Meltdown matchup. They have those Static Prisons, which we could melt down, but we're also considering bringing in Grafdigger's Cages, which I'm not sure if that's even the right call. Murktide, Quarry Steel Cutter, kind of gets bogged down against all of these first strikers. Could see cutting one Cutter, perhaps. We're going down on a Cutter. Maybe we can, like, go like this. This isn't necessarily the kind of hand I was hoping for, but yeah, I'm not sure about this one. I kind of wish that I had some more, like a creature, a Dragon's Rage Channeler, or some kind of threat. We do have the Murktide, so we're going to try to play to that. But the issue is it's just going to get plowed. Maybe I was supposed to cut a Murktide in place of a Cutter, but I can see the Cutter getting bogged down here. Okay, so they're keeping something on the top. We would love a Wasteland here. I'm going to fire the Brainstorm now. Put a couple of lands on top. I'm not going to play the Tamiyo, I don't think, until I can protect it with a Brainstorm. We've got another land on top of the deck, which we might not mind picking up here. Voice of Victory. I guess it makes sense to daze that old chestnut. And I think now that we've dazed, do we get steam vents here? Well, if we have to daze again, that might not be good. So we'll go like that. If I brainstorm right now, no, we wanted to protect the Tameo, right? Ponder this. Tameo pass. When this creature enters, let's just blast the raptor. This allows them to plow the Tameo, but then they're not plowing Merktide. Hydroblast was very good there. I'm glad that we remembered that. What are they doing in upkeep here? They're going to go for a plow? I would love to see it. Yeah. Let's just brainstorm in response. Do I want Murktide or Bauble? A second Murktide, that is. How quickly can we get to the second Murktide? Maybe decently quickly? So that will fizzle the plow. We'll go to our turn. We'll tick up the Tameo. We'll jam this. Grab that. We're going to play this. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep a brainstorm in the wings. We might just tick ourselves up here. There's another Voice of Victory. Okay. Voice of Victory into Swords to Plowshares. Sure. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty potent, actually. Because this Unholy Heat doesn't hit a lot. This Unholy Heat does not hit a lot. Passing the turn. Wasteland. Do we go up? Do we go down? I think we start with this. It's going to put a sorcery into the graveyard. This Force of Will is not helpful. The Voice of Victory is like pretty crazy. Like we could take Force of Will here, and then we could Unholy Heat, bring back Unholy Heat, Unholy Heat, which doesn't seem crazy actually. I'm actually going to do that, I think. How nuts is that? Unholy Heat. Turn Unholy Heat. Unholy Heat. Wasteland. Hit the parlor. Pass. We have Force Murktide in hand. So ideally we don't actually have to force here, and then we draw a blue card. I just kind of wanted that Voice of Victory to be off the battlefield. Here's an amped raptor. How crazy is it to let the raptor go? I'm going to let the raptor go here. Maybe that's crazy. Esper Sentinel. Wow. Yeah, okay, that just got not good really quickly. Okay, well, let's plus the Tameo. That's pretty sweet, first of all. And then let's play the Regent. And then let's pass. Staff of the Storyteller. I guess we'll force pitch there. And yeah, they're just drawing the stone cold nuts here. My goodness, are they ever just drawing the fucking stone cold nuts? I must have lost the thread at some point in this game. But that's all right. So here we draw Preordain. I mean, like, I think we have to cast it. We pay. I guess we go put on top. Put on top. The Tamiyo kind of blanks a lot of their attacks, though, right? I'm going to start sending with this Murktide. It's 3 swings. The Ocelot Pride has lifelink, so it's actually more than 3 swings, unfortunately. Oh, but it doesn't. The Ocelot Pride gets blanked. And these two guys are just going to be swinging at the Tamiyo, so that's like pretty sweet. Draw for turn. Let's tick up this thing. Let's play another Ponder. Pay 1 to prevent it. We're really just looking for Force of Will here. I guess Unholy Heat's not too bad of a draw either. Smash with Murktide yet again. And if our opponent draws a Plow, we're not in the best spot. But this Tamiyo is a house against their creatures. In fact, we probably want to bring some Tamiyos back into the deck. There's another Ajani. Does this thing do anything that I should be worried about? Think I'm supposed to do this, but I give them a card, so I don't know if this is actually what I'm supposed to do. Maybe that's not. Maybe I wasn't supposed to do that because now they have a card. Okay, they scooped. Nice. Okay. So Murktide was good at winning there. Tamiyo was excellent there. So I actually want a couple of Tamiyos back. I think on the draw, I can't afford to have as many dazes, and it's unclear if I actually want to run the Force of Wills or not. I kind of don't mind the way that this looks. Is Grafdigger's Cage actually good? Like, it stops Amped Raptor, but maybe that's... Maybe stopping Amped Raptor's like not enough of a reason to go that direction. Yeah, let's try it like this on the draw. And we'll see what we can do, what we can come up with. This does not look like the winning recipe to me. So we're going to have to mull that one, unfortunately. Nor does this look like the winning recipe. Like, we really needed the deck to give us some juice here. So these Pobbles are effectively redraws. Like, I guess we keep this. I probably put Bobble on the bottom, but this is not what we're looking for. Yeah. This hand is not the kind of hand that we're looking for. Force of Will's not bad. We can't wasteland our opponent, so we are going to go in for the Bobble here. I'm not going to hold it. I'm really just interested in looking for some more cards. We've got Force Pitch Murktide potentially. Now we've got Force Pitch Brainstorm, which is pretty nice. Opponent's going to come in for 1. Whenever another creature enters, you gain a life and get an energy. When you attack, you may pay 3. If you do, put 2+1/+1 counters and a flying counter on target attacking creature, and it becomes an angel. Yeah, that card's sick. That card is sick. I've got their own Wasteland into an Ocelot Pride. I don't think I'm supposed to be Force of Willing an Ocelot Pride, but who fucking knows? The Wasteland here is like super crippling. Am I supposed to be mana efficient and go for an EOT Brainstorm here? They are creating a... Yeah, this is not good. This is really, really not good. I don't think I end of turn Brainstorm. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Ocelot Pride makes so much value. I'm going to Wasteland the Wasteland. And then I think I'm just going to play out a Dragon's Rage Channeler, which is like not the best thing that we want to be doing, but it's at least a threat. Then hopefully next turn we can kill one of these creatures. This matchup would be so easy. This one I think we have to put an end to. We get a surveil here though. Definitely do not want a land drop. So let's put that one to the graveyard. Force of Will. They're going to come at us with some boys. We're not going to do any risky business. They're going to create another guy. Yeah, Ocelot Pride is pretty crazy. So, is the Murktide? It's only a 4/4. We have to kill. Tamiyo's interesting here. I do think I have to bin it, though, for Delirium's sake. And now we're getting, like, mad punished by the Clunk. Is Tide better than Cutter? We're going to play out a second DRC. They're going to gain a bunch more life. I'll put back Cutter, I think. DRC. Attack for 3 in the sky. Now they're getting a flying dude. Right. Okay. Does that mean they're going to hit like... They're going to get like a boatload of counters here. And now the Abrade. Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious me. Draw a card for turn. It is an island. They got so many creatures. They have so much energy. Hit him with one of those. Corey Steel Cutter. Does that even do anything? Not really. Wasteland also to the bin. Kill that thing. Attack with those things. Pass. I'm just going to F6. Bob can be their uncle. Another Staff of the Storyteller. We're just going to give them another flyer. Yeah, this is just a little bit too much for us to handle. A few too many creatures to kill with single points of interaction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're at 3 here. Well, there's an Unholy Heat. It's Unholy Heat, the Guide of Souls. And then we actually have to delve out of Delirium here. 5. I think that delves us out of Delirium. Yep. Grab an 8/8 dragon. Pass the turn. I'm going to draw a card. Play a Vista. Draw a card. Play a Prison. Can this just hit anything? Yeah, that's pretty freaking gross. GG's. All right, first loss with the deck. So currently 10-1. Yeah, sick. That was a tough matchup. I feel like there's certainly, like, if we were worried about that matchup, there are sideboard options like End the Festivities and things that would just shit all over that deck, I feel like. But yeah, our hand in that last game wasn't the best hand either, to be completely honest. So there's that. But I think I'm going to take a little break here and probably finish recording this league at a later occasion. Alrighty, it is about 2 days later, I think, and we've got 2 matches left to play here with Is It Cutter? Alrighty, it looks like after a few minutes we finally got an opponent here. We're on the draw, unfortunately. Really want to be on the play with this deck. Honestly, with most decks in Legacy these days, the die rule has become, I think, increasingly more important to win in this format. Jesus. A Yorion Sky Nomad. Do we have to... playing on so many creature decks in this league. This hand... This hand looks probably pretty bad, right? We can't just keep like a 5-lander 2-creature hand. I'm going to mull it, I think. There's just not enough gas going on there. Honestly, this hand kind of isn't the best either. We have to decide whether we want the Wasteland or like the ability to cast this Murktide Regent. I might just bin the Wasteland here, just guarantee our two blue sources, but like some of the hands with this deck like do not feel like the kinds of hands I want. There's the basic plains into Aether Vial. I might even just force this Vial. Let's just get it out of here. The force like in this matchup sometimes can't get like pointed where we want it to go. Do I get basic island and go Tamiyo? Or am I supposed to just get the Volks? They are a mana denial strategy, but having the basic land in our deck for the White Orchid Phantom, I don't think is a bad idea. So yeah, we're just going to deploy this Tamiyo past the turn. We've got an Unholy Heat for their like creature. We're well on our way to getting this Murktide down, and then we're going to have to hope that that's enough. We shall see, though. We shall see. Swords to Plowshares on Tamiyo, just paying mad respect for that creature. Doesn't even put it into our graveyard to fuel our Murky Tea. We need something nice here. Am I supposed to deploy the Wasteland here? I kind of think I am. It forces them. So if I Wasteland here, they can't get Shadowy Backstreet in their end step without like throwing their land. But if I play the Wasteland here, they might just get like basic Swamp. I'm just going to play Scalding Tarn and pass. Maybe we can Unholy Heat a creature. So like we could have stopped this from happening, right? Yeah, we could have stopped exactly this from happening by playing our Wasteland. But then they just fetch for something else. And now they know about our Wasteland. Whereas now maybe we can clip the Backstreet. They just don't have much either. This is crazy. I also think I want Thundering Falls in the deck now over the Steam Vents. Well, none of us are doing very much of anything here. This is finally an orcish bow boy. Sure. Yeah, you can bow boy. I'm not even gonna heat this yet because we can't like heat it into Murky Tea. Another Surveil land, sure. But yeah, like the kind of start that we had in this match just like was not conducive to what we want to be doing. I do like forcing the Vial. They're coming in here. I mean, I'm going to be heating anyways, but I think I'll just take the 2, to be honest. They might play a creature I would rather hit here. Stoneforge Mystic. That one's an old chestnut. That's a bit of a skipper. Do we just ignore this this Orcish Bowmasters? Pre-war Formalware. What the? Enters the battlefield. Return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield and attach it to it. I have to kill a creature here. The question is, do I kill Stoneforge or Bowman? What if they already have Kaldra in hand? I'm going to hit, but then they can like Formalware. Oh, this is so tough, right? If they already have Kaldra in hand, I think I would rather hit the Stoneforge. But there's so many cards in our deck that are just terrible against a Bowmasters. Like all of the cantrips. Like we can race a Bowmaster with a Murktide. We're going to heat the Stoneforge. And then we're going to jam Murktide and Wasteland the Backstreet, I guess. Hit him with a Wasteland. But yeah, like our draws this game have not been very good. Delve in a boy and pass the turn here. We've got a 5/5. Do they have another land? They played a lot of lands. There's the plow. And yeah, now we're just kind of fucked, right? Yeah, this isn't good. I'm just going to go to the next one. I think we're like pretty far from doing anything here. Yeah, those draws were not good anyways. Got a little bit away from us there. Let us see. 1 second here. I'm just gonna look here what Sylvia recommends, if anything, for white black taxes. Gotta do the translate to English. -2 force of will, +1 abrade, +1 meltdown. 1 meltdown, 1 abrade. Am I supposed to bring in consign though? Like I kind of like consign to memory here. I'm kind of in. Or is it too narrow? It can stop a lot of their cards, right? I'm gonna trust Sylvia. I'll trust Sylvia. On the play again. We need a better hand here, deck. I guess this one seems all right. No cutters, but c'est la vie. Do I want to jam the Tameo or just play Misty Pass? I think I'm just going to jam the Tameo. Honestly, if they want to plow a Tameo, I'm totally fine with that. It's one less plow to be directed at a Murktide Regent. And we can daze the plow too, if we really wanted to. There's a Caracas. Oh yeah, they're just going to bounce. Bounce the Tameo, sure. Sure. Well, I'm just going to wasteland the Caracas, replay the Tameo, pass the turn. Prismatic Vista. Vista getting tapped. I'm dazing Vial for sure here. I'm probably dazing a Plow as well. Yeah, let's just keep that Vial off the table. It allows them to accelerate too quickly here. There's just a Volcanic naturally off the top. Let's make a clue. And then I think I'm just going to jam the Channeler. I could also just pass with Brainstorm up, but I think I want to get this guy down. Pass. Now they'll have to decide what they want to plow. If we can get another clue and then flip our Tameo next turn, that's like really sweet, obviously. Scrubby dub dub. Thought sees me, huh? Yeah. They're taking some damage off that, but maybe they're trying to set up here for a plow on one of my creatures. They probably take Brainstorm. Then we've got a Lightning Bolt. There's another Vial. Sure. Sure. That's pretty good. I don't think I'm going to go around bolting things just yet. Oh, man. Right. Let's play out the Misty. Let's attack. And then I think I'm just going to like eat a clue in their end step. But yeah, this Aether Vial's really annoying now. This seems like a hard matchup for us. Plow on Tameo. Am I supposed to draw in response? I guess I'll draw in response. I don't think there's anything that I could draw here, but we will do it. Corey Steel Cutter. That's not bad. Cutter is not bad here. They've got double Vial. But Bolting Face is so aggressive. Give me a 1-mana spell I can cast. Oh, that's just juice. That's the juice, right? Let's play Corey Steel Cutter. Let's Surveil. Definitely don't want that. We're flooding out already. All right. Cutter's good. That's what we were looking for. Now we can hopefully ponder to try to set up this Cutter. I'm going to keep a Braid. Yes, we'll equip the Cutter. Ponder's coming in. Oh, there's Meltdown. Use Ponder's ability. No. Meltdown seems very good here. Next turn, we can melt down the Vials, which is like sweet. And then we can like bolt a creature that comes in off the Vial as well. Obviously, Orcish Bowmasters we don't want to see here. It just kills the Channeler. Which is probably what's happening. Overlord of the Bale Merc. Oh, yeah, that's pretty fucking good. Are they going to flicker this thing directly? What did they return? Returns Orcish Bowmasters. They have the Felia to flicker it. Or the Felia has to connect to flicker, I believe. But I guess Bowmasters is coming in to hit the Channeler, which is like really good. Yeah, opponent's got some juice as well. Opponent certainly has some juice as well. Are we going to forego this clue token? I think we kind of just have to. I want to take these vials out of the picture here. So let's melt down for 1. And then I think I'm just going to bolt the Bowmasters. We'll move the cutter. Declare attacks. Get in there with our dudes. We'll pass the turn. White Orchid Phantom. Yeah, we've got our only basic here. Nothing is a first striker. I think I'm gonna have to. I mean, we'll see what we draw. What do we get? Unholy Heat. I think I'm just gonna deal 3 damage to the knight right here to pump my guys. It's gonna let us come in for an attack for 5, putting our opponent to 3. And then we're going to have Unholy Heat, ideally for next turn. I mean, they might wasteland us, so then we'll be in like a pretty weird spot. We got there that time. Okay. Come on, deck. Give me something juicy. I want the juice. I don't know if this is juice. I don't know if that's juice. The dragons are a little slow. I guess I'll keep, though. We've got double bauble. Maybe we can ponder into a cutter. Oh, my goodness. Leading on Wasteland into Vial. I feel like the deck has been serving us some clunkier hands that I don't know how to evaluate. So we're going to have to see. That Wasteland is pretty crippling, too. We're, like, really hoping to find a Corey Steel cutter here. Do I want... The land I don't really want, but Daze and Bolt seem fairly all right. But they're also like not quite what we're looking for here. I might actually any order shuffle this. Is that crazy? Maybe that's insane. Ponder's ability, no. So we can just like clear this whole thing now. There's a Bowmasters on top of the deck. Okay, it's actually really good to know about that because now we know we just have to... And they have a Skyclave Apparition as well. Yeah, this is not looking the best. So we're going to draw Lightning Bolt and Scalding Tarn here. Next turn we can jam the first Murktide though, which is pretty sweet. Just a turn 2 Murktide. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, look at that. Turn 2 Dragon. In response, I'm going to Daze a Bowman here, I think. Just to fuel up for the next Murktide. Kind of don't mind it. And yeah, we can actually protect the Volk from a Wasteland here as well. This fuels up for the next Murktide. We'll pass. See what they've got to say about this dragon. The nice thing is the Skyclave can't kill it. Caracas isn't going to do it either. Overlord. Yeah, they return Recruiter of the Guard to their hand. That's an annoying one because that gets Solitude. Deck, please. Ponder ain't a bad one. There's Force of Will. And Corey Steel Cutter. And another Lightning Bolt. Play Scalding Tarn. Attack you for 4. The question's just going to be like, I think, am I going to well, I guess I can't Force of Will the Recruiter. And they've got the Skyclave to beat the Corey Steel Cutter anyway, so maybe I wasn't supposed to take the Cutter. I'm supposed to have another Bolt, because Bolt can reach pretty hard here. Another Overlord, that's fine. Okay, there's Recruiter. So they have a Thelia in their hand right now. Recruiter might get Solitude. Yep. And then I have to decide whether I'm going to Force of Will this this Solitude or not. These dudes are impending. So there's the Corey Steel Cutter. They kind of had the Corey Steel Cutter beat already, though, is the thing. There's another bolt coming. The thing is, right, like, so I can play the cutter. I could bolt their face, so then I'm shuffling. But I kind of need to keep the bolt for the Felia, I think. And I feel like if they're going for the pitch here, I might just have to pitch the Murktide, which really kind of sucks. Solitude pitch Skyclave Apparition. I'm going to force pitch Murktide. Get in there like that. They're probably going to wasteland me. I'm just going to play out this Corey Steel Cutter post-combat. Pass the turn. They're going for the backstreet, so they're not even going for the Felia line here. And then I've got a bolt on top of my deck where I can go like bolt your face. Attack for 4 is like one line that I have at my disposal here. That also makes like a cutter token. Gotta hope that they can't find what they're looking for. They're putting in a 4-drop here. Sure. What did they have that's a 4-drop? I don't know. Oh, the Enchanter. Sure. Please have nothing else and just be dead to my double bolt, which I've set up here. Please don't have like Solitude. Well, I guess they can't have Solitude. Please don't have Swords to Plowshares, I guess. Swords to Plowshares swings this game. Felia is the last card, right? Okay. I think we've got there then, folks. I think we've very narrowly gotten there. Let's get in there with the big boy. Put you to 6. Play this. Fetch this. Bolt you. Am I missing something? Yes. All right. Is it Cuttin? You love to see it, folks. All right, that was a tight one. That was a fun little game there. Knowing we had access to the double bolt, the turn 2 4/4 Murktide gets us across the finish line. We're on the play for the last round here. Am I supposed to just ponder on 1? I really just want to jam Channeler. I think I'm just going to jam Channeler. Come what may, right? Come what may. If we get wastelanded here, we lose this game. That's the thing, right? But we're on the play. We want the turn 1 DRC. We've got double cutter. Now we're just looking for like bobble land, I guess. Mana Confluence. Uh-oh. Are we getting screwed by Dredge here? We're going to lose to Dredge in the last round because we only have 3 graveyard hate spells in our deck. This isn't good. Narco Amoeba. Okay, that was a bad looting. Thank the Lord Jesus for that bad looting. Wasteland. Oh! I swear to God, I said it before I saw it. You know, I think I waste them here, right? Let's start off with a Ponderino, I believe. Daze. We'll keep that one on top. I do not mind a Daze here. Tameo. Oh, no. I screwed up. I was supposed to put Tameo on top of Force to mill the Tameo to go Delirious. I'm so bad. They really need to update it so that you can undo the Ponder. Use Ponder's ability. No. Play Wasteland. Waste you. I think I'm going this way instead of like putting the cutters on them. I just want to keep them down. There's like another world, right, where you just jam Corey Seal Cutter there, but like, you know, we want to keep them. Yeah, and this is right here, right? Like we're supposed to have Tameo into bin there, but instead we're just like losers. Am I supposed to just bolt my opponent's face here? I kind of don't mind it. It makes our Channeler Delirious, guaranteed by binning the Tameo. Hits him with a bolt, and then we can come in, attack for 3. Now we've got Force of Will. Opponent's at 11. The cutters are pretty feel pretty shitty right about at this juncture. What do we got now? Another Careful Study. I mean, at this point, we're all in on just keeping our opponent from having the things. And I guess I'm gonna take the. I guess I'll take the channeler here. Nice, 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 nice. Opponent with all the value, and now put them to 9. Play channeler. This means that they can't tap Cephalid Coliseum, so it's effectively like a wasteland, right? And we just gotta hope that they can't do like absolutely nut busted dredge things here. That also doesn't tap for mana in this spot unless they can remove our boys. Are we dead, my opponent? Did we just sneak one out on dredge? I don't want to say it yet. I don't want to say it just yet. This is a huge breakthrough, the biggest breakthrough any of us have ever seen. Faithless looting. Oh my goodness. They just have so much gas. Not like this. Not like this. All right, they're going to 6 here. They're Cephalid Coliseuming. They have to be able to present. Oh, yeah, the Narcomoebas can block. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we tried. We're not supposed to beat Dredge game 1 anyways. I feel like they had a lot of draw spells. We did a pretty decent job of keeping them like with the back to the wall. So they've got Poxwalkers doesn't have lifelink, does it? Death touch. Okay. Well, if they don't name Corey Steelcutter now, they can name Corey Steelcutter next. Yeah, Lightning Bolt makes sense. But you can't like that seems sacking the Narcomoebas there is like crazy, right? What if I just draw Lightning Bolt now and bolt the Narcomoeba? Am I crazy? Cabal Therapy again on the Poxwalker, which just brings the Poxwalker back. Poxwalkers is a sick Magic card. It's like 70 tickets on Magic Online right now or something. It's absolute madness. Sorry, Triumph of St. Catherine. You can Poxwalk on off the pedestal. Yep. Hell bend me, daddy. Hell bend me, daddy. It's been so long since I played against Dredge. I don't want to play against Dredge. What are they doing now? They have a Hogak? They do have a Hogak. 8, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. They have Xaxes lethal on the board here. It's all right. We're going to draw a Lightning Bolt and none of it will matter. I've already called the Wasteland this game. Let's call the Lightning Bolt too. Come on, Bolt. Oh, Dread Return. Are we Dread returning? I think we imp. Madness. Sure. Now they've got 2 blockers and they're going to replay the Hogak again. Sure. And now they're not dead to the Lightning Bolt. Well played on our opponent's part. They certainly got us there. We tried so hard. I think we did like an all right job. 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then there's an Icarid in the bin. So we will concede. Let's begin sideboarding. That was close, right? Okay, well, we want Graph Digger's Cage. We want Surgical Extraction. Meltdown, Price of Progress, Abrade. Pyroblasts and Hydroblasts hit the ways that they put shit into their graveyards. I think we want Force of Negation. Consigned to Memory hits Lion's Eye Diamonds. What don't we want? Cutter does strike me as like a little on the slow side here. Like Tameo doesn't strike me as that good either. I'll keep a couple of Cutters. Cut a couple of Tameos. We could maybe trim like a Murky Tea. We could maybe cut like Steam Vents because we're just not. Our mana is not really going to be pressured here. Then, like, Unholy Heat doesn't seem that good. We can kill our own guys to clear bridges, but that seems like a little sketchy to me. Honestly, maybe I'm going to bring one cutter back in, and then I might bring in a pyroblast. Like, what is Tameo doing for us? Doesn't seem like it's doing much. I think I'm going to bring in 2 pyroblasts for like breakthrough purposes. We're going to run it like this. It's been so long since I played against Dredge. What an unfortunate. Oh. Okay. Okay, well, I guess we keep these hands. Am I right? We just have every single graveyard hate spell in our hand. We also have Force of Negation to protect it by pitching the Borrower. The Borrower probably doesn't need to be in the deck. I can probably cut that for something else. Let's see what they've got here. Faithless Looting. I'm going to let this go this time. I imagine they have ways to... What if I just clear the bridge from belows right now? I'm just going to do it. Do they have any way? They have an Ashen Rider. Destroy target artifact. Siege Smash. Siege Smash is the main way that they can answer. Is it a sorcery? It is an instant. Good to know. All right. Okay. There's a daze. So let's play Channeler now. Pass the turn. Opponent can like hard cast a Golgari Thug, I guess. That's probably what they're going to do. There's no way they drew Siege Smash, is there? Faithless Looting. Yep. Okay. Ox of Agonis into Lion's Eye Diamond. Creature cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Colosseum, Ox are gone. Ponder for turn. I think I'm fine starting off with a Ponder. And lands are kind of among the things that we're looking for. So, use Ponder's ability. No. I'm going to jam the second cage here. Force of Will. We're going to put on top. Attack for 1. I think they have another Colosseum. Yep. I'm going to play the Thug around Days. What is this? The City of Brass triggered. Careful study. Yeah, you can study. Yeah, we'll draw the Force of Will. We'll attack. Pass. Golgari Thug. Yeah, I'm just going to Borrower bounce it, I think. Have I made an error by letting this happen? I don't think so. Petty Theft. I'm just going to put this Force into the graveyard at this point. That'll probably tell my opponent that I have a Force of Will. But much more interested in drawing this Brainstorm. Yeah, let's just bin the Murktide. That finally gets the Channeler Delirious. And then I think I'm going to force the dude on the way back down. Attack for 3. Opponent's going to go to 9. Just Force of Will, the Golgari Thug. Keep that one on top of the library. Oh, wow, they're actually going for that, huh? Honestly. Let's just blast it too. And we're just going to put the cutter into the graveyard at this point and draw the Fawn, I guess. Coming in for 3. All right. Yeah, I don't think the Borrower is like that crazy. I think I'm actually going to bring in another Pyroblast. Or maybe I want Hydroblast because Hydroblast hits the way that they have to kill Grafdigger's Cage. Do I want another blast in there? The thing is, we're on the draw this time, so I don't think the blasts are quite as... They're probably still pretty good. Price of Progress doesn't strike me as a crazy Magic card either. We've got Force Pitch Murktide. And then we've got Force Pitch Murktide. And then Ponder and a Dragon's Rage Channeler. Do we keep this with a Wasteland too? I think I'm going to keep this hand. Put this on a Mull to 5. That bodes well for us. A Mull to 4 bodes really well for us. I would like to force. So this is going to be a faithless, or sorry, a careful study. We're going to force pitch Murktide on the careful study. And then we're going to wasteland our opponent. Oh, nice. They just scooped it up after that. Okay. They were all in on the careful study. Well, I actually don't know how that game pans out. We don't have a lot going on after that, after we wasteland them. But yeah, that was pretty sweet. We got a nice 4-1 with Is It Cutter. We fell to Boros Energy. And like, I think there's just like more for me to learn in that matchup. Again, first time playing against it with this deck, and just like kind of took for granted how powerful the creatures were. But yeah, like this, I really, really like this deck. I'm having a blast playing it. I played a lot of Delver during the like expressive iteration era, and then like when expressive iteration was banned, I played Is It Delver as well with like a teamer splash. Around the time when like Goyf was introduced back into the deck, there was like that brief intermediary stage, and I just like really love playing these like blue-red Delver kind of decks. This Is It Cutter card is sick. Like it's so freaking cool. I wonder if there's like other ways to build the deck with Corey Seal Cutter as well. Like my friends and I were kind of joking around about like doing some Is It Cutter set perhaps with Staff of the Storyteller, where the Staff of the Storyteller draws you cards, which gets you double spells for the Corey Seal Cutter, which makes tokens, which then fuels the staff. That gets like into like the 2-drop territory, but we were like, what if we had like an Emery in there, or like some more like artifact cards, like maybe even some Moxes to fuel out the mana and double spell quickly. Like there's like definitely lots of ways to play with this card. I think this deck is very strong. I think that I want to turn this into a Thundering Falls. I actually was just watching some of Sylvia's stream. They're playing the challenge right now, and I noticed that they were on Thundering Falls now. And so maybe we want this Steam Fence to be a Thundering Falls, though that could be up in the air. I also would love another Lightning Bolt in the deck. I would love to play 4 Lightning Bolts, 2 Unholy Heats. So I'm going to do some thinking about that. And then when it comes to the sideboard, I was like fairly happy with all of the cards that we have at our disposal here. A Braid feels kind of clunky to me, and it's possible we want to play something like Cast into Fire, which can deal 2 damage individually, like 1 damage to up to 2 target creatures. Would have been great to have an effect like that against, for example, the Boros Energy deck. And then exiling also allows us to just kill the One Ring, of course, to cast that motherfucker into the fire. But yeah, in any case, I will be playing Doomsday again soon, but honestly, like this deck is so sweet to me. I played this deck now for 8, 12, 13. Across 13 matches, I've only so far dropped 1 match since I've started playing this deck, whether on Magic Online or at my weeklies. If I can recall, the first time I played this at my weeklies, I beat Death and Taxes, and then I beat Nadu Midrange, I beat Salty Beans, and I beat Sneak and Show to go 4-0. And then this past week, I beat Stifle Knot. I beat the Mirror Match, but that was weird. Both games. So like game 1, I kept like a 1-lander, got wastelanded, never drew another land across like a whole bunch of baubles and shit, and just died. Game 2, my opponent like didn't really find much, and I just ran them over. And then game 3, I wastelanded my opponent out, and they never found another land and died really quickly. And then I beat Salty Beans again. And then in the last round last week, who did I play against again? Oh, yes. I played against Auriok Salvagers. Yeah, Auriok Salvagers deck. Pretty cool, pretty wild deck. I was able to just like wasteland them out of the game and kind of keep them down. And so yeah, there was like 2 4-0s back to back at the weekly, and then 4-1 here. But yeah, this deck's got legs. I want to keep playing this deck on here. I think it's worth playing. I'm having a lot of fun playing it. And so yeah, I think moving forward, I'm gonna play some more Cutter. I do want to record a bit more with Doomsday. So I've got like, I played Bug Doomsday at a 1K. It didn't go very well for me. But I have that list, which I've been working on. And then I have like a Glarb joke Doomsday list, and then another Doomsday list that has Necro Dominance and Leyline of Anticipation in it, which is also a jokes list that I kind of want to record with. But then also like I'm kind of just interested in exploring this new metagame, right? And so I mentioned that I did some consolidating of my Magic Online collection. I, for example, have access now to some other cards. Is this the Reanimator deck? Yeah. I need to pick up a Ghost Vacuum, a Kaito. I don't think I want to play a Burnt Oculus in this list. I'd rather just play Barragoyf in its place. But something about this Reanimator list like looks pretty sweet to me. I never played any of the Reanimator decks while it was like the top dog of the format. But there's something about the way that this one is built that I just like really quite enjoyed looking at. And so I might try this. So like basically what I'm trying to say is I would like to be kind of experimenting with a broader range of legacy decks rather than just playing Doomsday all the time, in part because I just haven't quite been having a lot of fun playing Doomsday. And just recently, I think I've just kind of like, I've done the thing so much, like playing it at my weeklies, and then also just like trying to record all these videos. I kind of like burn myself out of the deck a little bit. And this happened also the last time Cube was around when I just started cubing a lot instead. So fear not, I haven't abandoned Doomsday completely. I don't think Doomsday is like terrible. In fact, I just like woke up this morning, checked MTG Goldfish, and our boy Martin Nielsen, the master Neville Shoot, just like won a challenge with a Doomsday deck with like 3 Barragoyfs in the main deck, which is pretty freaking baller. So I don't think the deck is bad by any means. I'm just like, again, I think I've mentioned before, sometimes the deck just stresses me out to play. And it's just like, and then I play like, is it Cutter, right? Blue-red Cutter. And I'm just like, why have I been making my life so like hard by trying to like win with these 5-color piles when I can just be, days wastelanding my opponent into the dirt while attacking with like a bunch of big chunky monkeys. And by chunky monkeys, I mean chunky monk tokens, but Doomsday's still my favorite deck. I will never abandon it. Don't worry. But you might see a bit more diversified content on this channel moving forward in terms of deck choice, etc., etc. But fear not, fear not, fear not. We will be back to Doomsday again soon. In any case, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to drop a like, a sub, a subscribe, a good old subby Reno, whatever you want to do, or not. It's all fine. It's all fine to me. In any case, I'm wishing you all the very, very best. Good luck cutting, good luck doomsdaying, good luck doing whatever you prefer to do in this wild format. And I will see you all again soon with some more legacy action. Cheers.